Are you talking about the individual Bell companies, like
Right.
your Ameritex?
Right. I mean, what are they doing in response? I know that Ameritech here in the Midwest is offering like local unlimited access.
Well, I think the big thing is now you're competing with a wireless phone as your home phone, as your everywhere phone. I mean, I know a lot of people that do that. They have their cell phone, and that is their number. I mean, in fact, I'm not 100% sure, but I've seen that I think Sprint PCS, actually also sends in your caller ID information as well. It's not as if it's a cellular call coming in. It'll actually show the person's name as well. I mean, it's very much like a home phone.
I mean, that was the original idea, was to eliminate your landline at home, was to use the cell phone, take it anywhere that you wanted. I mean, that's what that's why I got into it originally, and they kept saying you can plug in your laptop. I mean, what happened to that?
No, I think very much that's the vision now that's coming into people's homes. I know people who use it as dual. They don't even use, a home line anymore, basically.
Unless
considering their cell phone bills, usually that's a pretty wise choice anyway, rather than paying another $25 to $30 a month.
So how's that going to impact business? I know that everybody's carrying around cell plans. I mean, is that really going to save some money for these big companies?
Well, it depends on what you mean by big companies. I know at PwC, I mean, the largest companies all negotiate independently, so it's not relevant to them. As Bob said, I think this is a play where somebody's trying to steal some market share. I don't really.
I don't think it's going to have any major impact on the market because it's a marketing tool. What happens is the minute that Cingular does it, then Verizon will do something, then AT&T, then all the people will follow with similar plans, and then what happens is it just kind of washes out.
But that's good for the home consumer, though.
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing is they're cooperating. I mean, finally the giants are cooperating, so they're not having these ridiculous roaming rates that they pass on to one another. Right. I mean, they say now it's a little over a dime when you're dealing with somebody out of the coverage area in terms of what they're paying, and they don't have to pass it on to the consumer anymore because they view it as frivolous compared to some of the packages they're buying.
Right.
Well, I think there's another issue here where it doesn't really make sense to use your cell phone as your home phone because of reliability, quality. I mean, let's face it, cell phones, even now, are just terrible quality compared to a landline.
Still get that tinniness to the sound.
And especially a lot of, I mean, I think you're probably talking about people who don't have families and stuff like this. It's just not, it doesn't make sense to have a cell phone, to have conferencing, all these. There are a lot of families and stuff that have these, call features. The quality is just not there. I think that's the main issue.
Some of the hardware manufacturers are coming up with home base type of cell phone systems where it's wireless service into your home, but the phone that you see is like a 900 hertz, cordless phone, and then you get two cell phones as part of that package, and that you can use them in the house. But basically, what you're encouraged to do is use them outside the home, but you're getting cellular service only. There's no wires in your home. It's true wireless service. That's, I think, is going to be the next revolution, and the company that pushes that is the company that I think, if I was making some investment, I'd go after, because the quality at home is going to be fine. In fact, the hardware models I've seen have wired inside too. In other words, you can hook that up to your regular old phones that are throughout your home, and that's where I think that you're going to see. That's when people start pushing that, and probably there's a whole bunch of people at all these different cell phone companies going, "Shut up, Bob! Don't say." But that's when the company that announces that, go buy their stock that day, because that's the company that's going to shoot up.
There is one looking into it. Cisco is looking at it. They have a way of setting up, I think it's just TDMA and maybe CDMA type phones. Right. But you can use your CDMA or TDMA phone in the office, and then when you go out, it switches back to the cellular network. Right. So you can just use your phone all day, and it'll actually switch to what carrier it is as you roam. That's pretty cool. It's almost like a local roam. You go from the outside, you're on, say, Cingular, and you go on the inside, you're on your office phone network.
Well, that could certainly put a big pump into the tech market. I mean, that's what we really need. The Ciscos, the Lucents, the Nortels could really use something like that. But again, it's going to come back to probably marketing. Everything seems to come back to my love of marketing. It's how you position it.
You've got a big political problem too. You've got to remember that the baby Bells own the infrastructure right now, and if you're going to start pressing wireless service, what's going to happen kids, the baby bells are going to have a conniption.
Oh, yeah.
Because where's all their money coming from now? It's coming from the consumer at home.
Same reason why electric cars aren't going out through the roof. You know, Amoco